Alright guys, welcome back. We are continuing to work on this section here. Where is my... Ooh, sorry. I'll put my glove here. So I've eaten dinner already. And there we go. I'm currently loading another video up onto YouTube that will see, I'm gonna do this would fall so I'm trying to think of this. That's gonna be, well, by the time you guys see this, this video will have already been on your guys's this will already have been released, but the video is actually, the release date will actually be I think early October, because the current videos, here we go, the current videos that I have, the video that I'm uploading right now will be uploaded, I think, on the last day of September, and it will be video 29. And because I'm pretty much recording all of, I've mentioned this in a previous video, but because I am recording all of my because I am recording pretty much like 90%, I'm gonna say 90%, because when I was working on this page, I didn't record this bottom portion with the figures because of having to get so getting close to the detail work so I could see it. So I wasn't able to record this part. I'm gonna record the helmet part, but like not the actual figures. So I'll say that throughout this comic, about 90% of this comic will be recorded, documented, and put on YouTube. Now, I'm not really expecting anything to come of it. Like I said, this is kind of a way for me to document everything that I am doing with this comic. And so far, by the time you guys get to this video, there will be at least 30 something videos out. Starting from as simple as thumbnails, going all the way to the actual pages, to even the pencil lining the pages, what I'm doing like right now, and then even at some point I will be going into rendering the pages. So you'll see me do the shading. That might be a little bit different. What I might do is do like maybe one page or a few pages that I think would be beneficial to have lined or have recorded of me like doing a full-on render of the page, and then everything else I'll like probably do off screen, because I don't think a lot of people would care really much to see me just sitting and rendering what I've already drawn out. They might want to see like maybe a few pages, but I don't think they'll want to see all the pages rendered out, which I completely understand. So I'm not expecting for people to be too excited about that. I mean, even stuff like this, I mean, this really isn't exciting for a lot of people, I don't think. But I kind of look at it as kind of like the behind the scenes of like comics and stuff. I look at it as like the bonus features of like a DVD or something, or the making of when it comes to this type of stuff. Like, it's not something that you would see regularly, or maybe not see at all when it comes to other comics and stuff like that, especially like indie comics. I want people, if they're interested, of course, to or maybe see my progress on how I do my comics, because I know everyone does stuff differently. So my process necessarily is not what others do or would do. This is just how I do comics, and I'm not expecting other creators to create how I create, because I could be completely doing it in a way that a lot of creators wouldn't do, because it might technically be, I don't want to say technically, but it might go against maybe the standard workflow that you might see out there. So it might be not as effective, I want to say, for other people. But this is how I want to try to do this. And then, of course, if things change, if I find a better way to do things along the way, then I will change that, so that way I can incorporate that. I can incorporate that stuff in real time for myself, and not just waiting until the next issue to hopefully try this new thing that might be beneficial. Like, I'll just go ahead and incorporate it into my workflow. So there's not really much to say, so I'm really just going to be kind of working in silence to kind of just focus. And then, like I said, if other people are working on their projects, hopefully this is a good way for you to work on your stuff and feel like you've got a work buddy with you. Because I know, especially for artists, working on stuff can, especially if you're working on big projects or even small projects, can sometimes feel isolating if you don't have a group of artists that you like have drawing sessions with. So I want to be able to give that community or that sense of community to people. All right, so you guys can see this because I'm gonna have to like, I know this is gonna be colored, so I'm just gonna kind of do that now, just so that way I don't confuse myself later. So what I'm gonna do, I need to test it. I need to see what this is looking like. Okay, so I've got a decent amount left. I just want to make sure where I was because I didn't want it to scratch up the paper when I go in to clean this up. Fix this. I'm going to try to get as much of this page done tonight, and then I've got a book that I need to read as much as possible. I'll probably try to read like 200 pages tonight. So that way I can try to get this book back to my friend by next week. This video is uploading on YouTube. I'm kind of, I don't want to risk messing it up. Let me see. What can I do right now? I can work on Oh, I'm trying to think what I can work on this page while this is uploading. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Maybe I can work on this hand real quick. What I'm gonna do, just gonna erase it slightly, and what I'm gonna do is, if this is the palm, and I'm not drawing hard, I'm actually drawing pretty light. So this is the palm, this is the thumb, this is the pinky, and I'm gonna go like this, and then here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the thumb is here. So I think that'll be good. So let me do this. I'm gonna have to erase this here just a little bit. What we're gonna do, what's up? Sorry, I know that was kind of loud in you guys' ear. 1, 2, 3. Come on. These little small details that'll get you small areas. 2, 3, and then you can't see. I'm gonna scoot this in because I need to be able to pretty much put my head like right here. Actually, and this will actually be a lot smaller about the shape of the head or the face. So this is the face. That means this is here. There we go. That's the hand. That's as good as I can do with the size that I'm really working with. Let me see. Let me see. Ooh, snaps. Erase this so that way I can do like that. There we go. There we go. Boom. Hand done. It's as small as I can get it without feeling like I just can't go any smaller. Oh. Just so you guys know like how big this figure is, this is my pinky. Like this, let me see if I can do it. I'll have to do it with the other hand. This is my pinky. So this is where my hand is. This is where my pinky is. So it's literally smaller than the full length of my pinky finger. So trying to get as much of that detail in that small of a figure. Yeah. So these figures are not as, they're not big. They're not huge figures. Like even this guy here, like he's literally just a slightly bigger than my pinky. And then this guy here is about the same size, so just slightly bigger than my pinky. This guy is about the same size as my pinky. And then of course this guy's bigger because he's in the forefront. This guy's a little bit bigger because he's coming towards us. So a little bit bigger than this guy, roughly, give or take. Smaller than this guy, but bigger than this guy. We still got this figure here on the ground. And yeah, I think what I might want to do, I could make this figure female. And because I would just need to adjust the breastplate here to stick out like this. So go here like that. That would make this character female. Then I could do the hair. Yeah, boom. Because I want to make sure that I'm incorporating some of the females into this battle scene as well. So that way it's like not like there are females throughout. Like it's not the society, like these societies of men do everything and go to war and stuff. Like it's men and women. So everyone is seen as equal pretty much. So I'm trying to think, what else can I work on in this particular panel while my video's uploading? Let's look up some, well, okay, let's see. Hopefully this doesn't mess anything up, because I would be highly upset. I could work on this figure down here, or this guy's got his shield flying out. Actually, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna have to look up like debris and stuff for the background for this. I need to finish up this because there's going to be other straps that are going to be holding this in place besides that one right there. I could make a design on his leather, but honestly I don't think I want to. Probably not. I forget what I was gonna have going on back here. What is that? Impaled with blood. Oh, it's being impaled from the back. Okay, I know what's going on with this one. So let's see if I can rough this out here. So I'm gonna tap this a little bit lighter because this is gonna be just nothing but like a head shape back here. So what we're gonna do is go like this, and then like that, and then there's another face here. my god, yeah, I need to change that because I don't know what the hell is going on with that. I need a neck. And then being impaled. So we have a little arm here. And then he's being impaled, so this needs to be erased here. So what we're gonna do is, you guys can see that, right? Okay, yeah. Like here, like that, and then like that. Boom. And then I erase all of this stuff back here, because you're really not going to see too much going on. It's going to be too small. Probably be blotted out anyway with the shading anyway. So and then I'll say like he dropped his sword. It's all like that. Alright. And then maybe like this. And there's like blood. Like, and then actually all of this would be erased because let the blood come out here. Ah, come on, man. And here. And maybe he's got a shield here. I'll do like this. Something like that. There we go. Oh. It's so funny. I've been I've took a week off of social media and stuff. No YouTube, no Instagram. Did amazing. Got back on it for a few days. Realized how garbage it was. Got back off. I got back off entirely, but realize that I'm more productive with not being on social media at all. So one thing I've been doing, the one thing I'm going back to, is when I am working on this stuff, this comic stuff, I am not watching YouTube or listening to music as far as Spotify goes. I actually canceled my Spotify subscription. I don't know if I'll renew it, but as of right now, it is canceled. So if I do get on Spotify, that means I have to listen to ads, which definitely prevents me from getting onto it as much. And I've been able to actually be more productive without having YouTube in the background or Spotify. I'll pop in a DVD and let that play. And because it's kind of just background noise, it allows me to really work on stuff without feeling like I'm dedicating a bunch of time into something that I really shouldn't be spending a lot of time on. So I still watch certain YouTubers. I'll watch, of course, Miranda. I'll watch Natalie. I'll watch there's a few other people that I'll watch, not too many, honestly. Even when I get on YouTube to watch other creators outside of Miranda and Natalie, I'm on there for an hour, and then I'm kind of man, there's no need for me to really be on here for an extended period of time. I was talking to my therapist. Yes, I see a therapist. Mental health is important. But I was talking to her about how I had taken a week off of social media, and I was telling her, I was surprisingly, it was a lot easier than I thought it was. I did tell her, I was it was, for me, the hardest thing was breaking the habit of just instantly going to the app versus actually getting off the app. I told her there'd be times where I would catch myself immediately opening the app out of habit, and then I would just immediately close it. So I wouldn't count that as being on the app. I would just close the app right away. And then I'll tell her, the only time I would really get on would be to respond back to message groups that I had with friends that were on there, because we spoke more and had conversations more on Instagram than via text message. So I would go on there to respond messages and stuff like that, but I wasn't watching reels or anything like that. I would go on there, respond to see if they respond to anything they had said, read any messages they may have sent, and then I would hop back off. Now, if they were sending like videos and reels and stuff, I wouldn't even watch them. I would just go through the messages just to see if there was anything that I needed to respond to. And then once I did, back off the app. I was like, outside of that, I was like, I didn't deal with the apps. And I was like, my mental health was better because I wasn't comparing myself to other people. I wasn't seeing what other creators were doing and comparing myself to that. I was like, so I felt a lot better when it came to like my mental health and how I was looking at stuff. This would be going down a little bit because what I'm gonna have is like the shield like on the leg pretty much. But I was like, yeah, it was like it felt different. I was like, it felt so different being off the apps, and the way my mental health was just a lot better. Not comparing myself to others, not judging myself off of what others were doing, but literally just comparing myself, or getting to that mindset of I don't know what anyone else is doing, so the only thing I can compare myself to right now is myself. Even with what's this called, Pinterest. When I would be on Pinterest, I would gather whatever reference I needed to gather, and then I'd hop off of it. If there were a few images that were like studies or something like that of another person did, if it was helpful, I would take it, but it was of what I needed reference for versus just like looking at it and comparing myself to that art. So definitely beneficial. If something I would recommend people do. I'm not gonna say anything about like a dopamine, where I know some people like it's a dopamine reset and all the rest of that. I just say it off of social media for a little bit. It might help with your mental, especially if you're like constantly comparing yourself to other creators or other artists or anything like that. It might be beneficial to take a break off those apps. Because I took a break and I am glad that I did. And when my week was over and I got back on the apps, like even I think yesterday, I got back on the app and I was like, man, why am I on here? Like, like it's pretty much doomsday scrolling, and I was like, I'm just wasting time on this app at this point. Like, there's really no reason for me to be on here for maybe more than like probably like 10 minutes. I was gonna say 15, but even 15 I think is for me too long, because I mean there's nothing, I don't know, I don't know. I don't want to say like if you've seen one thing you've seen it all, but I feel like a lot of the stuff on there has become repetitive. A lot of it's negative at this moment, which I understand because like the state of the world, especially because I live in the United States. For those who might be watching out of the States, but like I know it's a shit show over here in the U.S. and people, information and trying to let people know what's going on. But at the same time, I want to be able to make sure that I am also protecting my mental state and not putting my like putting myself in a situation where I'm feeling down and discouraged, and the dread feeling of what's the point of even trying. I feel like that mindset is dangerous. I know, people's circumstances are different, but I try to be optimistic even when life is, being crazy at times. I try to look at it as, it's only temporary, and things will, get better. So, one of the ways that I can protect my mindset from that is honestly just staying off of social media. Me personally, I know everyone's different. Let me see. I got that in there. This will all be. I'm gonna just do this to indicate that this will be shading. Trying to think what else I can do on this page. What the fuck is going on here? I don't know what the heck I did with this arm. Let me see what else. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm watching South Park. Let me see what I've got page 2 roughly put in. Let's see. I think I have page 2. Let me zoom this out real quick just so I can pull this up. I'm gonna move this real quick so I don't mess anything up or put unwanted marks on it. I'll put that up here. And like I said, I think I have page 2 lined out. We're gonna find out. Yes, I do. Actually, it's right here in front. I could actually start working on this page. I feel like this first page that I'm working on, which you guys have been seeing me work on for the past God knows how many videos, is one of the hardest pages, because of, well, like all these figures I had to put in here, the columns that I had to figure out with this, the chair, the detail of this chair, and then of course this battle scene that I'm currently working on. And I know it's not going to be a whole bunch of figures within the battle scene, but I think that'll be fine. Sorry, I think that'll be fine. I just know it's a lot of figures. And even with these, like, I had to make sure that they looked like they were grounded with this particular scene. And a lot of these, I mean, this comic, a lot of these are all first for me. Like drawing someone sitting in a throne is a first for me. Drawing someone overlooking a balcony of their followers is a new scene for me. I've never done that before. This battle scene is a new scene for me. This is something I've never done before as well. The hand, of course, you guys saw me draw the hand here. That actually went fairly quick. Like that was the quickest drawing that I did on this first page that did not feel like it was a struggle bus to work on. And to make sure that I'm not setting myself up for false expectations either, I am reminding myself that, hey, these drawings are going to be hard. They are going to be a challenge for me, because I don't want to set up false expectations for myself and then get discouraged when they're not working out the way I think they should work out. I'm trying to think of how I did this. There was a figure here. I think this was going to be a full-on. So how this page is up, I know you guys can't really see anything. There's a, I'm probably going to have to move these figures down because they're probably going to get cut off. I'm going to have to move these figures down. I need to make a note of that. Shit. So move figures down to safe area, which would be here, because I don't want to risk them being cut off here. That's fine, because that means I can move this figure here. I can change the composition of this. That's fine. I can work with that. I can work with this. This guy, I'm gonna, let me see. This guy, let me see here. He's gonna be fine because his head I might move him over slightly, but his head will literally be within the safe space. So he's fine. Let me see. This guy should be okay because his head is literally within here. So this will be fine. And this one will be fine too, because you'll at least see half the head with that part. So everything else is fine. It's just this part here, you guys can't see. This area up here, these figures, I'm gonna have to move down into the safe area just to make sure that it is that that part's not being cut off in print. So we're gonna rough in the, I don't think I can zoom out anymore. No, I cannot. We're gonna go ahead and rough in the borders real quick for this. And then, yeah, let's do that. I can find my triangles. It's only me, Sylvie. So, where's my cloth at? Here we go. I use these for painting, but they're just white washcloths that I use to I use when I'm paint to wipe my paintbrush on, since I don't use paper towels when I paint, because I know how much it can be a waste, but that's just me. I know how much I can go through paper towels, so for me it's just easier to use a washcloth dedicated for my painting, and then that way I can just wash them or rinse them after I paint, and then just hang it up to air dry. And then I can also get scrub these tools if there's any type of debris on them. I need to from pencils or being in the drawer from other art supplies and stuff. And it's funny because I don't have pencils and stuff in there, but for some reason there's always residue, some type of residue on there, and I take Clorox wipes, and I like always like take everything out and then wipe down the bottom of the drawer. But like I said, I don't really know, like there's always like some type of residue even after I do that when I use these tools. So it just makes it easier for me to do it this way. What am I doing? So I can do this where I can put this down and then just line this up like this. I feel like I could do that, but I'm having issues with that lining up properly. So I'm just gonna line it up with the edge of the paper. I could use my T-square. Could just use my T-square. Let me see if I can find it. I do have one. There we go. Found it. I do the same thing. I wipe this down just to make sure there's no residue or anything on it that could get on my paper. And that also includes like hand oil and stuff. All right. So this, and then we're gonna line this up. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get the new lights for my desk. I would like to, I'm gonna move this down so that way I can accommodate for this being shifted down. I would love to get them soon, but at the same time I am trying to cut back on unnecessary spending for the rest of the year. I know I've kind of messed up because I did go and buy a few more used DVDs the past few days, but and I do want to get a bookshelf or a media shelf for my DVDs for my living room. So what I might do is honestly just say, I honestly might just be out of luck and be like, you know what, I might not get the shelving. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. Because a part of me wants to get the stuff, but a part of me feels like it can wait. Like it's not a necessity, it can wait. So I might just take the short-term L of not buying it to get the long-term win. And having that money that I can use towards paying off some stuff. And I know things might go up in price by the time I'm ready to purchase those items, but hopefully I will be in a position where I will have saved the necessary money and I won't need to worry about it. Make sure this is even. Trying to think how I'm going to do this. If I just want one full thing all the way down, I think I might do that. But yeah, so even if things get a little bit more pricey, hopefully I want to be in a position where that won't make a difference, that I will be in a position where even if it is a little bit more expensive, that I will have the necessary funds saved, that I can go ahead and still get what I would like to get. And I know it's dealing with prolonging gratification and figuring out what's important for you, and taking the time to work on that. So this is here, this is this box here, and then this is this box here. See, so that's one thing I am trying to work on. I would love to do a 75 hard challenge, specifically dealing with finances, but I want to talk positive about it. Like, I want to do it, but I would be starting back over, because I went out and spent money today. I went and spent money yesterday. So you know what? Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna do the 75 hard challenge. So pretty much for me, the rules are a little bit different. I'll do 75 days of not spending, and then I will at least say I will read. Let me write these rules down for myself. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this in the back of my book here. So, what is it? 75 hard challenge. Try to put the G in there and it did not work. Challenge not due. Finances. So 75 days, no spending, except only needed items, and that includes food. Like, I will get snacks for work because it helps me not spend money for snacks and stuff at work, like swiping my badge. So needed items, I will specifically put snacks for work included, so that way. And I'll be mindful of the snacks. Like, I will buy snacks that will work for me on that. Like, if I'm buying chips, for example, buying like the variety packs where I can just grab and go, or that I can portion out, so that way, I have that at least 3 days out of the week. I'm not gonna do every day, because I know I would never complete the challenge, and I understand it's 75 hard. It's hard for a reason, but I also want to work within my limits and not also set myself up for complete failure. So we're gonna do 4 days. I'll do 4 days a week. We're gonna read at least 10 pages. Oops, I know I'm doing this as I'm supposed to be working on my comic. 10 pages pages, 10 pages each day of, and I'm gonna do the rules up here. 4 days a week, read at least 10 pages each day of a finance or inspirational book. Because I know, for me, I have, how many books do I have on finances? I've got, let me check, I'm gonna let you guys know. 1, 2, I think 3. So what I'll do is I will do it this way. I'm gonna do finances / business books, because I do have some business books on my shelf. Finance / business books. 10 pages each day of a finance or business book. Boom. No spin. Oh, so let me also put this as well. No swiping badge at work or any food or drinks, because we have water machines at our job, we have fountains, and then my department also gets bottled water, so there's no reason, even if I am thirsty, for me to spend or swipe my badge for any type of drinks at work. So that is that. I've put that down, and we will start that tomorrow, because I can't start today because I went out and spent money today, so that's not going to be an option for me, not today. So that starts tomorrow. Need to turn this around. Shit. Because I've got to finish up these lines here. And what I'm going to do with this line is this is going to go all the way down, because I'm going to just make that a full on thing there. And then these ones probably go right here. And then that means I can go ahead and I need to fix this one too, because this one goes like right here, something like that. And then I can go across here, and then I'll do right here is where this will end. Boom. All right. So now we've got the borders for page 2. And we're over an hour. We're at an hour. And I've got 9 more minutes for this video to finish uploading. I'm going to erase this because I don't really need this at the moment. I don't have anything going past that. Oof, sorry guys. Where's my big eraser at? My chunky one, this bad boy here. All right. Let me see. Could work on this guy. Could work on getting this more fleshed out. Let me see. Let me see here. I'm gonna sit here, and this is going here, and then we're gonna twist that, even though you're not gonna see it, but whatever. Here and here. We're gonna twist out. We're gonna go up some more. We're gonna go up some more. We're gonna move the figure down. I am using my pose thing so that way I know what I'm doing here. Figure down more. I'm gonna move these legs up some more. Legs up some more. So where his butt is actually touching the ground. Boom, there we go. So we're gonna do here. We're gonna move this leg up more. That's gonna go here. And we all know that when the leg's at rest, it's not really oopsies. Like you don't have like for the most. I think for the most part, when your legs at rest, like you're not. Come on, bro. Like I'm trying to think. Jeez. Like your leg isn't completely flat. Like the leg, like the knee is somewhat bent. And move this back. Like the leg is somewhat bent back. I feel like this is so weird. Abs. So weird. Torso. Chest area. No, he's slumped over. Front. I need to lean this forward some. I think it's more of the head, if anything. And then the abs are going back some more. Chest is going to be slightly forward. Head is more slumped down. Arms are down. And I want to say even the collarbones kind of slump. Like not too much, but they kind of they're not. They have this like I don't know, like when you're sad, like they kind of just like sag down. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And then this is going all the way down here. Boom. And I bend the arm slightly. And then we're going to twist, and then we're going to drop it down. Boom. So this guy's dead. Stabbed, pretty much. Like I'm trying to figure out this pose here. Head slightly down. I'm going to work on the expression real quick. Face pose, eyebrow, nope, eyelid, close, boom. We're going to save this pose so that we don't have to freaking redo it. Save. Save, yes. All right, cool. So now let's go ahead and rub this bad boy in, shall we? All right, so, so I'm going to move him over just a little bit, not too much. Actually, I lied. I move him over a little bit more. So like right here, I think is where I want that head to be. I guess I should mention the date. Let me put the date in. Ooh, sweet baby Jesus. Today's date is, so start, the date I started, I'm gonna put that, it is 7, what's today's date? 31, 7/31/25. That's when I started. So if I have to start over, I know where I'm starting from, or, you know, when I complete the challenge. Now, I'm not gonna say if, when I complete the challenge, no matter how many times I have to start over, if need be, I know where I am at. So we're gonna go here, and we're just gonna go here. I'm just gonna rough in the face, no details here. Here, like that. And then we got the neck here, and then here. And then we're gonna boom, 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 boom. And then we're gonna have the center line here. I wanna say it's like, boom. Let me see. So the head is here. I'm literally measuring it on my iPad using my pencil. So head is here. I'm trying to get the proportions. Well, even the proportions are kind of off. That's fine. Here, here. I think that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, here is with the way this is facing. It's like that's good. That's another, okay. And then there's like the abdomen here, the abdomen area, because this would be like the belly button. And then we would have like the sides here. So I can go like this. You guys even see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry. And then I know this is center, right? So this is center, like that. And his what are these called? His collarbone kind of slumped like that. And then we have this part here. And then this part here, you might not even really see anything. Like that. And then this here. And of course, you've got the obliques. So just this flat area here on the hips and the butt area. You might see that. Maybe. Or like you might see the, not the butt, but the, what is this, the thigh, the calf, the white muscle. And then he's gonna have some stuff going on there, so it's fine. So let me see here. Here, yeah, and then you like see like the shoulder. Like I know this is here, and then you have this like maybe goes down like that, and then like I know it doesn't slump like that, but I'm just kind of doing it for reference here, so I know what I'm doing here. And the chest here. Like this is too far down. There we go. Like here would be the chest area. Boom. Like that. And then this will go here. And then, because then you would have the abs here. You'd have the love handles here. But he's gonna have clothes on, so that really does not matter. But it's reference, so I know a point of reference where everything's gonna go. I'm working on the face here. Let's see where this video is at. Is it done yet? Nope, still not done. So it's showing 8 minutes. It's because the video is like over an hour. And then like I know his brow's gonna stick out here. One of these is gonna be a female. I think this is gonna be a female. We're gonna make this a female, so she's gonna be dead. Hey, equal opportunity. Females and males are getting it. So we're gonna turn this into, wait, I need to, fuck, I don't have, I need to be able to pull, I need to pull up the thumbnails for Lynk. Thumbnails, because I need to see, I think there actually is already a situation where one of the females gets got, and I have it in here. Yeah, I already have a female being marked, so I can keep this as a male. That works out. Cool. So I'll just make a note, male, and then this is the same character as this guy here. Same person. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. Well, at least for this video right now, we're over an hour, and I'm gonna keep it at that. And then we'll come back again and work on this some more. Alright, possibly we'll be going back to page 1. So, because for the most part, the battle scene is almost done. I just need to finish up these 3 figures here. These 2 heads, this head here, and I need to add debris and stuff in the background. So I think we might come back to this and then finish this out for the day. So, all right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit.